Okay, I'm back to share what I've learned so far about the 2020 Steed 4x2 Petrol. I have taken it for a drive. I couldn't get out of the car and I didn't realise that it was such a basic locking system. The car, as soon as you start her up and start driving, it has anti-hijacking, so all of the doors lock. And you have this, obviously, which is a central lock for all doors. And then you also have this button, which is also central locking, etc. I didn't have the manual, so I was sitting in the car mucking about with everything. Didn't want to press too many buttons, but you've got control over everything here. This button, I'll put the keys back in. I have not figured out how you can have the keys in the ignition without that going on. That will be something that I find out later. But this is really, hang on. Oh, with the doors open, maybe you can't. Okay, I'll just keep going with what I have found. I took the horrible seat covers off. The leather seats are incredibly comfortable. They're like a dark charcoal rather than a black. They're darker than what the video shows. Electronic seat, forwards, up and down. This one does the back, the incline. The passenger seat is manual adjustment. What I thought was really cool is to get more room in the back here. The back seat folds forward, and there's also these, I've forgotten what you call them, but anchors behind that seat. Okay, now's probably a good time to sit in the back seat and just see how squashy it is. I've got the front driver's seat all the way back because the horrible car seat covers were kind of stuck underneath. Now I've got that seat all the way back for the tallest person you would have driving this car, and me being relatively short, my knees are up against the back of the seat, but they are comfortable seats, and sitting up here there's enough headroom and you really don't feel closed in because the view out, even with the doors shut, is just so open. There's a really good view. Even sitting behind the driver, it's a really good view out through the front. So I do think for passengers, especially teenagers and kids, that it's not a bad ride in the back. But what I will say is there was one review that said that this comes too far back this way, so there's not much room to get in between the door and the seat, and that is correct. There isn't a lot of room to get in there, you just have to get in sideways. So really do love the fact that these seats fold forward and give you a flat spot in the back. Now that's going on the windscreen. What else did I want to... Oh, I know, I was worried about it being really small in the front because I've got dogs, but traveling with my dog yesterday, plenty of room, really plenty of room. And even if there was the dog sitting in the back, still plenty of room. That was one real concern for me, that the dogs would feel on top of each other if one was sitting in the front and one was sitting in the back. That is just not a problem. The stereo, everything just great, absolutely great. Now what I realised was my rear vision camera that I had fitted actually goes over the rear vision mirror. I wondered how they connected,